Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is August 21st, 2021. This is episode 396. Moonlight is what we're looking at today. This is the number 2 issue in this run. It's coming out from Marvel. Legacy number, it looks like it's 202. Comes in at a whopping $3.99. All right, so cover here. Very interesting cover. I kind of like it. It's got a lot of movement in it. It's not one of those static ones, obviously. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on, and I do believe in spirit this kind of happens within this storyline. What I really liked about this particular comic is it kind of is episodic, like you get the full story in there, not just a part of it. And in the meantime, there's still that underlying full story, full arc story that just kind of simmering below. So we do get one complete story, and the main story is just carried on a little bit in this issue. So let's take a quick look to see who worked on it. What is those contrasting colors on there look really, really cool. And I do believe this looks to be maybe Moonlight and maybe the villain, kind of a cross section, and you'll see when we get in here why that might have happened. Okay, so we've got Moonlight. The name of this particular story is called Strings. And we get the little blurb about Mark Spector and how he became Moonlight. And then we also get the quick synopsis of the arc so far. The writer on this is Jed McKay. Artist is Alessandro Capicchio. I hope I'm still saying that right. Color artist is Rachel Rosenberg. Letterer is VC's Corey Pettit. Cover artist is Steve McNiven and Frank Darmata. Hopefully I'm saying those right. And there are some variant covers. You can see them right here, including your favorite Peach Momoko. So let's get into this really quick. In our latest chapter here, and we'll go through the ads in here later too, but the latest chapter here, we have the guy they call Soldier, and he is being pursued by, and I didn't realize this at first, but these are all elderly people. And they don't look that old, but they have been kind of like hypnotized, and they're all coming after him. And so he's running off, being chased, getting beat up by these things. He doesn't want to strike out against them because one of the people in here is actually his mother. So we go back to the Midnight Mission. This is what Moonlight has set up. And if you look on the buildings here, they've got like that crescent moon. That means that's Moonlight's territory. So we got the crescent moon out there. He's talking to Reese, his newly acquired assistant, and she happens to have gotten bit by a vampire, and so she does the night job with Moonlight. Gives her some scratch in the meantime, and she is doing a pretty good job of staying out of trouble blood-wise. So while Moonlight is drinking coffee, she's drinking blood right from the blood bag there. Nice. Okay, so Soldier comes staggering in. He's kind of beat up. He says, please have a seat. We'll patch you up, get the first aid kit. And they get to talking a little bit. And the Soldier's asking Moonlight, wow, you really kind of fixed me up. Were you a medic? And he says, no, but I was in Special Forces. He kind of goes into his background a little bit. In the meantime, his assistant Reese is seeing all this blood, and it's kind of getting her, let's say, hungry for fresh blood. So we've got that going on there. So she's got to leave immediately. She goes, I got to get out of here. This is too much for me. And so they go ahead and talk. Soldier explains his situation with Moonlight. Moonlight agrees to work. All right. And they go to investigate the tenement in which Soldier lives in. Then they come across the custodian, And one of the things that all the zombies are kind of saying the same thing at the same time, and they say a certain word the custodian says, so that kind of tips Moonlight off right away. And suddenly, um, suddenly they're surrounded. The soldier's gone into the apartment to get his gun, but Moonlight is surrounded, and he doesn't want to hurt these people because they are, how you should say it, they're kind of don't know what's going on. They're just kind of hypnotized. They've been kind of drugged in a way. And it turns out that the custodian has something to do with that. I don't want to go too much into it in case you're enjoying Moonlight, but this is a recommend, by the way. I think it's a better issue than the first issue. I really enjoyed this, the way it kind of worked out, the twists and turns a little bit that occurred. You can see soldiers actually got Moonlight at gunpoint at one point here as well. And so what Moonlight does, he doesn't want to hurt anybody, so he agrees to take on some of the drug that is administered by the custodian here so that he can be part of the clan or the custodian's army as well. Well, it doesn't work out so well for the custodian, as Moonlight's not quite alive, and so he actually kind of absorbs Mr. Custodian, and we get these nice shots here. So, very good story. I don't want to really give you every little detail here, but everybody kind of snaps out of it. Reese explains why she had to leave earlier. Just a kind of an interesting storyline. And here is for number 3. There's our cover for number 3. So that looks pretty nice too. That is another McNiven Jay Lee cover, actually, on the two on those. So let's quickly go through some of the ads that are also in Marvel, because this thing is chock full of them. We have The Death of Doctor Strange, number 1, also written by Jed McKay. Who killed Doctor Strange? Well, we'll find out come September, I assume. Doctor Strange is dead. Long live the Sorcerer Supreme. Okay. And then we also have Extreme Carnage, Agony number 1. Symbiosis is Agony. This is coming out in September, cover by Scan. And that looks pretty cool cover. However, I'm kind of not real happy that Alyssa Wong is the writer on this. I haven't ever read anything by her, but from what I've heard, might not be the best writer for something like this, but I might check it out anyway. Then we have The Amazing Spider-Man, number 875. Nick Spencer's acclaimed run ends in this oversized finale. We've talked about this one before. Sinister War is over, but Peter and Mary Jane's battle with the Kindred ends here. So I guess it's a double ending. September 2021 on that one as well. Darkhold Alpha, Steve Orlando on this. Chaos erupts. Dr. Doom must corrupt 5 heroes in order to save reality itself. Cover is by Greg Smallwood, who I am a fan of Greg's work. Not so much a fan of Steve Orlando. I really did not like his Commander in Crisis comic. Kazar, we've talked about this one before. Lord of the Savage Land, Zach Thompson writing this one. Welcome to the Evolved Savage Land, Kazar. Hope you survived the experience. That is another September book. And Wakanda number 1, Evan Narcissus. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. With Jermaine Peralta. The Last Annihilation. When the Shi'ar call on the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, to aid in their fight against the Dormammu, a new hero will rise. So maybe this is an extension of the Black Panther enterprises there. We'll find out. Stormbreakers. It's Peach Momoko, talking about her again. I think we've seen this in some of the other Marvel comics we've done. And finally, Miss Marvel #1, Beyond the Limit. Samira Ahmad. Jump into the Miss Marvel verse. And this is coming out September 2021. Looks like they've reimagined Miss Marvel to be a little bit older, a little more attractive than the previous few arcs that they have done with her. So, might be pretty good. Spidey Amazing Friends. Okay. Of course, let's go ahead and bestow upon this cover. We'll put it right. Let's put it, oh boy, let's put it up here. The Indie Comics Jones Good Excavating Seal of Approval, given out only by Indie Comics Jones on this particular channel, except no substitutes. So I thank you very much for stopping by and listening to this review. As always, please like, if you did. Please subscribe if you haven't, and you're welcome to leave comments. And we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.